Welcome to the Eclipse with Dark Squad Entertainment. We're here today with For the Culture. So we want to talk about the relationship between Yung Miami and P. Diddy. And again, just as humans, the subject of love and pain. So as most of you know, in the trending topics for months now, Yung Miami and Diddy surprised the world at a function last year where they showed up in photographs looking stunning,
right,
hand in hand, which officially announced to the world that they were in some type of relationship. And so, as always, people had a lot to say about it. Some people were for it, some people were against it, and some people didn't really care. Since then, there has been a lot of negative talk on the internet because we've seen that Carisha, or Yung Miami, and Diddy have been very public about their dating and they're hanging out with each other. But people have been very critical of Yung Miami because they say things like Diddy's too old for her, that she's only there because he's a billionaire, and that she should be embarrassed because Diddy is clearly publicly dating other women. And so we just wanted to talk today a little bit about love and pain and how the two are aligned, how sometimes they're intertwined, and how sometimes it's hard when we're in certain situations to tell one from the other. Mm-hmm. So on the first episode of Carisha Please, Yung Miami's podcast, her first guest is Diddy. And on that podcast, you can see just the way that they look at each other. Many people felt that it was a publicity stunt, that they were just doing it because Diddy needs relevance for the young people audience. The young people don't know who he is, and he's not relevant to them. Yung Miami is.
Right.
And Yung Miami, they thought, needed relevance in terms of the
vice versa. I get it.
Yeah, the high level billionaire status who would not take a city girl or someone that young seriously.
Right.
So a lot of people felt that it was a publicity stunt. So when you are in these situations of a relationship where there is some type of magic feeling, is the feeling that we get of love, of the chemistry. Do you think that that's balanced out by the hurt that we suffer while we're going through the relationship?
I think it's balanced out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a tricky situation. The thing, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's just like when you love so hard, like when you just have that abundance of love in your heart for someone or something, you know, a lot of stuff can be wrong, but it can also falsely convince you that you're not going to find anything else that's better or the equivalent of what it is that you love so strongly. So it will make you accept the things that you clearly see is wrong. And sometimes that love creates a fear of I'll never get this again or anywhere else. If I walk away from this situation, how am I going to recoup? How can I bounce back? You know what I'm saying? So it's a really tricky situation. It's real easy for people who are not in the situation themselves, who are not sharing your emotions and feelings, to have an opinion and say, oh, well, you need to do this, you should have done that, and you're stupid for this decision or dumb for that decision. And a lot of this stuff might even be true sometimes. Realistically, sometimes it is true. But you can talk and have an opinion to someone that's blue in the face, but that person has to reach that point of enough is enough on their own. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many times do you have family members telling you that dude ain't no good, you need to leave him, we don't like him, blah, 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 or vice versa, or friends all in your ear telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing in your relationship. Well, half the time, they ain't even in no relationship. They ain't even got nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's, who are we to say, really? Okay. If for whatever reason it's working for them, that's their situation and up to them to decide which direction they're going to go with that. We can have all the opinions we want in the world, but we're not the ones walking in their shoes and dealing with their emotions.
Well, I think that's a good place to actually have an opinion. So we're going to pass it to you to have an opinion. We're also going to close this video with a song called
Love and Pain.
The song called Love and Pain is by Eclipse off of his album What's Done in the Dark.
Featuring Razor and Gears of Dark Alley.
Absolutely. It's from the album What's Done in the Dark. Was actually an EP, Will Come to the Light. And it's on all streaming platforms. It's also on our YouTube channel and will be linked in the description box. And then I also want you to think about your own relationships and the love and pain that have been interspersed amongst them. Do we have the right to judge Yung Miami and Diddy? And some people say, well, they put it out there, so yeah, we can judge it. Do we have the right? What is your opinion about the situation, ship, whatever type of relationship it is, with Yung Miami and with P. Diddy? Have you had your own experiences that you're willing to share where, for whatever reason, there was love, but there was pain as well, and you found yourself...
I think everybody experiences at least one relationship where they stay longer than they should have.
Yeah. So let's talk about it in the description box. Also, listen to the song and let us know how you feel about it. We'd like to thank you all for subscribing, for sharing, and for also just being a Dark Squad family. We don't have fans anymore. We have people who truly have latched a hold of us and become family. Speaking of that family, we'd like to give a special thanks to Hydra Water at hydragreekwater.com for becoming part of the Dark Squad family. Please look them up on their website. You can order this water anywhere in the continental United States or abroad. I am Patrice.
This is Eclipse.
And we are
Dark Squad Entertainment. We out.
They say that love and pain give you the same feeling. They say you can't fit death if you really ain't living. But money come fast, it never lasts. So just prepare for your future and let the past go. No matter if you fail, just try hard. Cause when you live free, you die hard. Shoot, aim for the stars. Your heart is from love, your soul above. Fight the power, it still is what it was. My nigga, they say what's done in the dark will always come to the light. When it does, the illumination shines ever so bright. Exposing your darkest secrets in the heat of the night. Despite it being nowhere to run, you still attempt to take flight. With regrets, a signal then left instead of making that right. It's not quite what you were expecting, all your strength and your might. But maxed out and left you drained with no desire to fight. Walls are closing from all directions, room to breathe getting tight. Got you drowning cause stormy waters have exceeded your height. With no webs, guards, a rescue team nowhere within sight. So what's next? Do you crowd the God or just accept it? Thinking back about a promise you made them but never kept it. When you came across the boundary, decided to overstep it. Desperate on the verge of death and still praying he'll intercept it. Through the joy and the pain, all the smiles and the cries, along with laughter and tears, all the truths and the lies. Listen.